Namaste, yogis, and welcome. My name is Alejandro from Flow into Nature, and today we're doing the first class of the awareness series. It's about 20 minutes. All we're doing is stretching to really help solidify the postures we're going to be getting into in our final flow. If you have a block or something sturdy you can lean onto, it might be good to have. And also, if you have a strap or maybe a towel, go ahead and grab those. They might become useful for you. Depends on your flexibility. And again, this class is all about awareness. Notice how you feel in the postures, the sensations that your body is telling you. Maybe you can go deeper. Maybe you need to back off. Really about creating more awareness in your body. Breathe to release tension as we move through the postures and give it your best. You'll feel great by the end. Let's go ahead and get started. Bring your hands to the top of the mat, feet to the back. We're going to start right away in a downward facing dog. Look forward, look towards your hands. Your hands are going to be about shoulder width distance apart. Make sure you're pressing all 10 knuckles down to the mat. That's really important. Create a nice solid foundation, bringing the palm down as much as possible, and add weight to the L shape of your hand. So press your index finger knuckle down and a little bit more weight at the bottom base of your thumb. Beautiful. Once you're there, press into the ground. You'll feel the shoulders start to go back, trying to lift up through the tailbone. And now you bring your head and gaze towards your knees. Look at your feet. They're also going to be about hips width distance apart, not together, not really wide, just a nice balance right in the middle. Bend both knees. Once again, press into the hands, lengthen the shoulders away from the ears. Can you lift the tailbone up a little bit higher? Beautiful. And from there, you can start to bend into one knee. Extend the other leg, really feeling that back of the leg lengthen and stretch. And we'll switch it out, bend the other knee, extend the other leg, dropping that extended leg heel to the mat. Beautiful. Find yourself into a neutral downward facing dog. Maybe you need to keep the knees bent. Maybe your legs are a little extended. Whatever feels the best to you. From here, we're going to lift our right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee, and we're going to open the right hip to the right side. I'm really trying to bring my heel towards my glute. Really trying to activate into that hamstring. And from there, try to lift my right knee up as high as I can. Notice if your right shoulder also lifts, you're almost looking towards your right side. Can you look towards your left knee and drop the right shoulder down? That way the twist is coming from the middle, the thoracic spine. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, we're going to bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. If you need help with your hand to bring your foot further forward, please do so. From there, drop your back knee down. This is where the blocks might come in handy. You can bring one block, maybe two, or whatever sturdy materials you may have. We're trying to elevate the ground so there's a little bit more space in our hips. And from here, really trying to let my hips sink forward and down. Notice that my back leg is about a 45-degree angle or slanted, so I'm not keeping that back thigh straight up. I'm pressing my hips far forward. If you feel like you're crunching in like this, maybe you have to bring that left knee backwards. Beautiful. Maybe you have the block, maybe you don't. Maybe you just sink into this. For this class, in this posture, we actually want to create an external rotation of the hip. So I'm going to bring my right knee, and I'm going to open it towards the right side. I'm going to come onto the knife edge of my right foot. And from here, I'm going to continue to let my hips sink forward and down. Again, maybe you have the blocks. This is where it can get maybe a little uncomfortable. What sensations do you feel? What happens when we open up the hip and create that external rotation? Maybe you're somebody that's used to sitting down very often. Maybe you don't cross your legs one over the other. Maybe this feels like you have a lot of pent-up energy in the inner thighs. Breathe into that tension. Breathe into the sensation. Allow them to release. One more breath in. And a breath out. Beautiful. You can keep the right leg where it's at. I'm going to grab a block to demonstrate. So I'm going to bring the block directly underneath my left hand. Again, I'm lifting myself a little further away from the ground. And from here, if you need a strap, this is where you might need it. We're going to bend the back knee. Try to make sure you're coming on to the top of the knee and not directly onto your kneecap, just to help protect the knee. If you have a strap or a towel and you can't reach your foot, maybe you wrap it around the foot and start to bring very slowly your left heel towards your glutes. This is going to become a quad stretch. And don't lift the hips up. I'm still trying to let my hips sink down and gently pulling my left heel towards the glutes. Notice where it starts to feel tight. It's different for all of us. And once you're there, let's take a couple breaths. Inhale through the nose. Maybe you pull it in just a little bit more. Exhale through your nose. One more breath in. You can even look up and over the right shoulder to the sky. Pull in the heel. Exhale through the nose. We're going to gently release the strap, the towel, whatever you may have. Bring the left foot to the ground. From here, we're going to walk that right foot into the middle of our mat. And if you have a block, you can set it to one side. Start to engage your core. Reach yourselves all the way up. We're going to find ourselves into a low crescent lunge. Beautiful. Now I am stacked directly over my left knee. Very small engagement here, but press the left hip forward and press the right hip back. Really squaring off through the hips. That's going to help create a little bit more engagement in our hips since we're stacked right over it. And reach both arms up to the sky. Beautiful. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Bring your hands to your heart center. And we're going to create a twist, bringing the left elbow to the outer edge of the right thigh. Beautiful. Press the elbow in towards the knee and the knee into the elbow. From there, we're going to start to peel our right shoulder up and back. So I'm starting to create that twist. Really trying to bring your thumbs closer to your heart center and use the strength of your core, trying to lift up and off of the thigh. So if your belly is creating a connection, that's okay, but pull the belly in and use the strength of your arms against the knee to help create the rotation to twist. Find your breath. Every inhale, can you lengthen your spine a little bit more? Every exhale, can you twist a little bit deeper? Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths in through the nose and out through your nose. Last one breath in and a breath out. We're going to rise all the way back up, finding ourselves into our low crescent lunge. From here, we're going to move into an exalted warrior variation. I'm going to bring the back of my right hand to my low spine. Start to lift the heart and the left arm up to the sky. Take a breath in. As you exhale, create a back bend. Try to bring your left thumb to touch the wall behind you. Continue to press into your left knee. Lift up through that left hip. Lift up through the heart. And with your right hand, start to press your hips further forward. Take another breath in. And just gently relax into the posture. Breath out. Keep lifting up through the heart. 2 more breaths in here. And exhale. 1 more breath in. And a breath out. Start to bring both palms all the way back up. Lengthen the spine, gaze forward. We're going to bring both hands down. Send your right foot all the way back. Find your way into your downward facing dog. Walk out the dog, maybe bending into the knees a little bit, one at a time. and then find yourself back at center. From here, let's lift the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, and once again, open the hip, this time to the left. My hands are sliding a little bit. That's okay. Notice if you're two. And again, instead of looking towards the left and lifting that left shoulder high, look towards your right knee. Bring that left shoulder down. Can you squeeze your heel into your glute a little bit more? Can you lift up through that left knee a little bit higher? Maybe even come up to your right tippy toes. Lift everything up to the sky. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lizard lunge. Left foot comes to the outer edge of your left foot. Use your hand if you need to bring that left foot a little further forward, and drop the right knee down. Beautiful. Again, if you need the blocks under the hands here, go ahead and grab them. Or if it feels good, right where you are, just let the left knee open up. Coming onto the knife edge of my left foot, and really letting my hips sink forward and down. If it also feels good, you're welcome to bring your left hand onto your left thigh and just gently pressing away. All I'm doing is trying to create more space in my left hip as I'm creating that external rotation. And breathe. Once again, finding awareness in the posture. What do you feel? Does this side feel more open or less open than the right side? When you get into the posture, does the knee kind of bounce back? Your body telling you not to go that deep? Or maybe you have a little bit more space, you can sink just a little bit deeper. One more breath in. And a breath out. Again, this is when if you have a block and maybe the strap or the towel or something sturdy, I like to bring the strap underneath my right hand. I'm going to bring that left shoulder up and back. And from there, I'm going to start to bend my right knee. If you don't have a strap or a towel, that's perfectly okay. You might just stay right here, just activating the heel towards the glute. Maybe you can reach and grab for your right foot. Again, maybe you grab a strap or a towel around the right ankle to help pull very gently the heel towards the glute. And we create that quad stretch on the right leg. Still opening up through the left thigh. If you notice my chest, I'm opening up. Maybe I can even look behind me and up towards the sky. And take a couple breaths here. Breathe. What do you feel? What awareness comes to your body? How is your breath? What thoughts are passing your mind? Maybe you just need to let them go. Can you pull your heel in just a little bit deeper? One last breath in. And a breath out. Release the right leg. Remove the strap. Maybe the blocks if they're in the way. And then bring your left foot to the middle of your mat. I also like to bring my right heel in just a little bit more for this posture as I lift myself up into a low crescent lunge. So I'm stacking. Again, front knee is over the front ankle. My right hip is over my right knee. Gently squaring the hips, right hip forward, left hip back. Start to reach up to the sky. Beautiful, and breathe. This is your crescent lunge, in this case low crescent because our right knee is down. And I'm squaring the hips, activating through the inner thighs, using the strength of my core to lengthen up and away from my hips, engaging even into the arms. We'll take one more breath in. As we exhale, we're going to twist. Bring your hands to your heart center first, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Beautiful. And again, I'm pressing my knee into my elbow into my knee. And if you feel like you're laying onto your thigh, lift up and away. Do you notice my forearms? They're creating one long line. And I'm pressing my top hand into my bottom hand and allowing me to twist a little bit deeper. As you notice that movement, I am almost lifting myself away from my left knee. Trying to bring my hands to my heart center, Most of us can't touch. That's perfectly okay. But I'm still really engaging into the arm, into the core to help me twist. And I can even look up and over my left shoulder and breathe, finding the awareness in this posture. For me, I'm a little wobbly in my legs. That's okay. It means I gotta engage my legs a little bit more. Maybe you add a little smile, add a little bit of joy for twisting the spine, for giving it this posture, all of your attention right here, right now. One more breath in. And can you twist a little bit deeper breath out? Slowly we'll reach all the way back up. It's all right if you wobble, maybe you fall a little bit like I did, that's all right. From here, variation of Exalted Warrior. Left arm is going to come to my low back. Again, I'm bringing the back of my palm to my low spine. Take an inhale, reach up, lift the heart. As you exhale, keeping that length, find a back bend, lifting the heart up to the sky. Again, my right thumb is leading the way, like I'm trying to touch the wall behind me. Use the left arm to press your hips forward. Breathe. There's a lot happening in this posture. We're trying to stretch from the right thigh, up the right side of the body, even opening up into the shoulder. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. What do you need to relax? Exhale. Last breath in and breath out. Slowly lengthen the spine, reach both arms up to the sky. Inhale. And bring your hands down to the ground as you exhale. Walk your left foot all the way back, downward facing dog. Once again, pedal out the legs. Give it a little bit of a stretch, a little bit more blood flow through the legs. When you're ready, we're going to bring both knees down to the ground. We're going to bring our hands to our lower back. We're going to move into a camel posture. Beautiful. So from here, squeeze the elbows. That's going to create a little bit more stability in my hands, and I'm going to press my hips forward. Engage the glutes. Once again, lift up through the spine. Look up to the sky. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, start to trace a line in the ceiling towards the back wall. Again, I'm moving very slowly. I'm going to let my chin fall back. I'm still squeezing my elbows, pressing my hips forward, and lifting my heart high. If you can see the back wall and you have the flexibility, maybe you grab for your ankles, but maybe you just stay here. How is your body doing? The slightly uncomfortable posture. Press the tongue into the roof of your mouth so you can continue to breathe small breaths of air. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly start to come all the way back up, tracing that line all the way in front of you. And right away, just take a seat onto your heels. Bring your hands over your thighs. Maybe you gently close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And open the mouth, let it go. Breath in through your nose. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, breath out. One more breath in. And a breath out. That posture we just did, camel, opens up the heart. Sometimes it creates a lot of emotions and it brings things up. Notice what you feel. If you did feel anything, become a little bit more aware of it. If you didn't feel anything and you were just worried about the stretch, you're also doing it really, really well. We're going to bring one hip down to the ground, lengthen the leg along in front of you. We're going to bring the soles of our feet to touch. I'm going to open my knees out wide. If I want to, I can hold on to my toes. If it feels good, maybe you bounce the knees up and down a little bit. Again, this is that external rotation of the hips. Maybe you bounce both. Try to lengthen the spine up a little bit more. really lengthening the spine. And I invite you to close the eyes. You're welcome to stay here. If it feels better to do this on your back, you're also welcome to gently lower yourself down. I'm going to stay up nice and tall, really pulling my belly forward, letting my knees drop down. Also, gravity is doing most of the work. I'm just breathing into this posture, into the sensations my body feels. And again, for you and for me, it's going to be different, but I'll share so that you know that when I'm feeling too, my right hip is a little more tense than my left, feeling more of almost like a pinching sensation in my right hip. And it's kind of like, oh, my body on the right side doesn't want me to go as deep. So I'm actually lifting my right knee up just slightly. And it feels so much better, kind of a little bit more in balance. But I can let my left leg drop as much as I want. That one's feeling good. I can feel myself gently slouching. So I'm trying to lengthen my spine up a little bit more once again. And again, just the awareness. This is what I'm feeling. What are you feeling? Does it feel good to be in this posture? We've opened the hips, the spine, the heart. So hopefully you too feel a little bit more present, a little bit more calm, and the body feels a little bit more ready to continue to move on with this series. Whether your eyes are closed or open, we'll slowly blink them back up. If you're seated, we're going to slowly lower ourselves down to the ground. You can use your hands. If you're already on your back, just lengthen the legs out nice and long. Coming into your Shavasana. Letting the toes splay out right and left accordingly. Arms are by your side, palms face up. And this is the posture where we gain the most awareness of class. Allowing your body to relax as much as possible. Melting into the ground. Trying not to control the breath, just letting it flow naturally. And notice if any thoughts come, pay attention to what they are, because your mind is giving them importance for some reason. But don't attach yourself to the thought. Just let it go. Come back to being in this moment of being present. We'll be here for about a minute. Just breathe. All together. One more breath in. And open your mouth. Exhale. Let it go. Just breathe. I'll guide you out when it's time. If you need a little bit more time, please take it. If you're ready to move on, we're going to take a good morning stretch. So bring your big toes to touch. Start to reach your arms over your head. Try to find as much length from your toes through your fingertips as much as you can. Lengthen, 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 lift the low spine off the mat. Breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knees. We're going to roll over onto one side. Bring your right hand onto the ground. Just thanking the earth for always supporting us. Maybe you find a moment for gratitude. for the awareness of your body, your mind, and of your breath. And when you're ready, press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Eyes will remain closed. Hands find your heart center. We'll close out class with one last cleansing breath. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. And open the mouth, let it go. Bring your hands to your third eye center, your center of intuition. With love, with light, we bow towards each other. I hope that felt really, really good for you. Quick, easy stretches just to help us really get more aware of our body. If you're brand new, maybe you do the class again so that you become a little bit more familiar with the names of the postures, how they feel in your body, and what your body is capable of doing. Remember that your body and mine are entirely different, and that's the beautiful thing. We work with what we have so that we can build the awareness and make the best of our yoga classes and of our life. Again, my name is Alejandro from Flow into Nature. If you like the class, give it a thumbs up. Let us know how you feel. And as always, if you want to subscribe for more so that you can continue to flow into your authentic self. Namaste, and I hope to see you soon.